You're out of your bounds, Ahmed. You're here to translate.
Actually, I'm here to interpret.
This is a sleeper film that I really wish people wouldn't skip out on. Hey guys, we're gonna be talking about for this particular review the movie The Covenant. Well, actually, the full title is Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. Guy Ritchie is actually a very popular director with recent films such as The Gentleman, Operation Fortune, and even the Sherlock Holmes franchise of Robert Downey Jr. Now, this film, like I said in the intro, isa to sa mga siguro skinip out ng majority of the viewers because of Guardians of the Galaxy. I nearly skipped out on it as well, and I was lucky enough to actually find a cinema that still aired it here in Manila, and I actually loved The Covenant. This U.S. military sergeant during the time when that long period of time that they were sieging or were in Afghanistan after the events of 9/11. And there was actually this deal that they had where they get interpreters from Afghanistan in exchange for their service will give them refuge in the US. They'll give them visas and all of that. This group of militants come in, they're fighting the Taliban and all of that. It goes chaotic. The sergeant, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, gets injured and he's saved by his interpreter. He goes back to the US and then he can't sleep. He can't bear the fact that his savior is still in Afghanistan running for his life. He's a wanted man and he now has to go back and save or repay the favor. This is a film that's so emotional. I mean, it's not like a tear-jerker per se, but there's just such a nice heaviness to it that's enough to like move you. It's not really heavy, it's moving. There's a moving nature to this film. Action-packed but still dramatic. That's what I love about it because there's just an amped up level of tension. There's an amped up level of just quality storytelling here, despite something being so simple. It has a lot of themes like that about sacrifice, about brotherhood, about really even the term covenant, being committed to really save someone because of your bond. And that's something this story is very successful in doing. Majority when we see a war flick like this, we'll just feel like it's an all-out action movie, very plain, very straightforward. You're just going to see gunfire left and right. At the heart of The Covenant is a nice story. This is an unlikely duo. A US military guy and yes, an Afghan kind of warrior military man also, but two different worlds, right? But then it's a nice reminder of humanity and all of that. The journey of this story from start to finish, yes, although there's a tendency to be a bit slow, there's a tendency that it milks it. That's my term for this. It's not necessarily a slow burn or sluggish pacing. It's the milking of the story wherein you don't want to rush it. You don't want to fully go and like take it to that extreme that it's really fast. You want to take your time with this. And as a viewer, that's something that I appreciate ko rin because I'm taking my time to understand this relationship, this brotherhood that is being formed. And it felt a bit like a two-part story, a two-act story. Midway of the story, that's when things flip in terms of who is now in control of the situation. And I actually appreciated it. I actually liked that it was that kind of story where it took its time, where it was very seamless as well when it came to that war between the US and Afghanistan. You kind of get to see a lot of what was at stake, especially on the side of the interpreters. In the beginning of the film, pala makikita mo na yun eh, yung tension when the Taliban or when people would say you're a traitor. Mafe-feel mo eh, no? Na parang, bakit nga ba sila, why are they doing this? It's a great way of telling this story and a different side of it as well. Story aside, the visuals were really great. I mean, it was consistent. I love the choices of the landscape that they used. I love that it was kept in a way simple. Yun nga, it's not an all-out action war flick. Not like Dunkirk, not like yan, yung mga all-out barilan lang, no? But you get that in terms of the visual aspect as well, that it's almost indie feels in a way. It's laid back, it's subtle enough. There are moments that are all out, and I like that. I love how it felt like that orchestra thing, wherein there are moments of high notes or peaks, and then there were moments that were just not really low, but then more on pulled back, restrained, and became, in a way, because of the visuals, because of the story, something very authentic and realistic. Because of that, I give this film a very great score of 9 out of 10. It's a surprising film. I feel like a lot of people are gonna skip out on it, and it's actually a wrong timing for me that they released it during blockbuster season. Especially May is going to be a couple of blockbusters coming in left and right, but I still pretty much appreciated Guy Ritchie's creation here. Even the chemistry between Gyllenhaal and the guy who played the Afghan guy was really great. You get the opportunity to watch it, you will not regret it. That's it for this video. Don't forget to make every day into an adventure and catch me on my next video. Stay safe and God bless. Peace out, guys.